Hello, so I'm making the USA guide and with a little bit of voiceover as well, so that I can explain things as we go along. Yeah. So early on I will try to get anti-tank so that we can start building up the efficiency on it. And for construction I tend to build infrastructure first, and after we have 100% infrastructure in some places, then we will start building naval dockyards. So for USA we tend to have a heavy focus on Navy. Yeah. For me, I tend to make quite a bit of tactical bomber because they have more range for the Pacific. This one could be pretty useful for naval attack, so we are going to make this. Let's make some truck as well. Okay, then what we are going to do is select all the army, take out one National Guard division, then we delete the rest, and we train this troop infinitely. This will give us quite a little bit of army XP even if we don't change the division template. Yeah, because this is already quite a big division, so after some time we will expect to get 0.1 army XP per day, which is pretty good. Before we do any focus, I tend to do medium lobbying focus effort, because after we start doing the focus, even though the PP gain is negative, we don't actually lose it. So in this sense, we kind of like gain the support of senators and representatives without losing any political power in a sense. For Navy, I just tend to train all the ships infinitely because we have unlimited fuel basically. And for the Air Force, let's not select the carrier planes first. The rest I tend to put them together. For the carriers, let's delete the closest support and leave behind a fighter and naval bomber. If there's 60 planes in total, I tend to leave 6 wings behind. 2 of them are fighter, 4 of them are naval bombers. Let's do the same for this. That was a mistake. Process support. Yeah. Okay, let's look at our ship production. I would actually reassign all these to the battle line ship builder, because for my suggestion I would say USA should be building quite a bit of cruisers, both light cruisers and heavy cruisers. Let's switch these over to task force shipbuilders because they cannot do the battle line shipbuilder. So the task force shipbuilder is more for the carriers that we are going to design. But of course, if you want to play battleships, you feel free to go ahead as well. Yeah. Sorry, that was okay. So for trade, I would say USA should kind of split the trade in 50-50 with UK and the Soviet Union. It's so that we are kind of being fair for both sides and contribute to both the Western Front and the Eastern Front. Yeah. So whenever I see that, for example, Texas and Louisiana, the infrastructure is being fully built, I will start to put some naval dockyard at the top. The principle is we should keep 50% of the construction to be naval dockyard. The other 50% should be like infrastructure. Yeah, that is kind of the ratio to get you at least 70 or 80 naval dockyards before 1939. Okay, so the first 150 political power we are going to spend it on financial expert. The reason I don't choose silent workhorse is because we need to keep doing medium lobbying effort, and after we do a focus, it will not be a silent workhorse will only provide 0.3 political power per day, which is not enough for our current reduction of political power. So yeah, so I would say it's not the time yet for us to get silent workhorse. As we can see, the infrastructure is built, so let's put them on the top. Yeah, it's building somewhat slowly but at a decent rate. Yeah, so as I said, we should keep 50%. Sorry. Yeah, we should get the level 2 torpedoes as well, because it's pretty strong actually nowadays, the torpedoes at damaging heavy ships. So even if you just build light cruisers, you can still do a pretty good amount of damage to enemy heavy ships. Okay, we have our anti-tank. Let's put some factories on anti-tank and anti-air now. If you wanted, you could have put one factory on anti-air earlier as well. Yeah. So as I said, we should keep 50% of the factory on dockyard. So once the one in Texas finish, I'm going to put one more at Florida out on top. We are going to focus on disperse. The reason is the production efficiency retention and production efficiency base. What they mean is when you switch equipment, or when you start a new when you start to assign a new military factory on a production line, you're going to have more efficiency to start off with. So for a country that built a lot of mills, dispersed industry is better than concentrated. So in a sense, concentrated industry is only good if you don't expect to have a lot of mill in the end, or if you don't expect to switch around your production a lot. Next one we're going to get is war industrialists, because we are still going to be doing medium lobbying effort. So only after we get Agricultural Adjustment Act, then we will have enough political power to go for silent workhorse. Because only after this, then we do silent workhorse, then we can start to actually build up our political power. So now we are still just in the zero, in the negative, to try to build Senate and House support. We are also going to go for integrated designer to boost our ship module research. Yeah. As you can see, we have We need to build more dockyards. Okay. Just going to build some sonar, I think. I will be building, as UK, I will be building a lot of anti-submarine destroyers. So you shouldn't worry too much about the Atlantic war. But, I mean, it's always good to be safer. Okay, this is done. We are going to do neutrality at, even though it says it's minus 5% war support, but because we have 0, so the war support doesn't really matter at all. Getting the political power will also help us get silent workforce earlier. Let's look at the house support. It's pretty good. I'm just going to research this as well. Just feel free to use any naval XP you have, because you literally will not run out at all. Yeah, so we have upgrade for this. We can get more armor with this ship dockyard. We are going to run out of slots, so let's rush construction too, because we are not allowed to get partial mob until 1939, so we kind of have to rush any construction technology early on. But trust me, even if you don't rush it, your construction will still be pretty much. You will still have a lot of factories. Okay. Next, let's rush for Arsenal of Democracy. It's a pretty good amount of stuff we can get for 70 days. And when I get enough political power, I'm just going to rush for army offense. The new deal bonus is really good actually. Where should I build? I tend to build full infrastructure in basically the whole country, because they will tend to have a lot of slots for us, and also of course places with a lot of resources. Yeah, just research naval tech. We kind of want to get as many trades for our ship builder as possible, because ships tend to be quite expensive. So the earlier we get the trades, the earlier our ships can get a bonus. Yeah. Okay, West Virginia. West Virginia is here. Because our mill construction is so slow, I tend to build some infrastructure first. The number of infrastructure I build is dependent on how many slots are there. Since there's so few slots in West Virginia, I just build one level. Yeah. Let's build more guns, artillery. That looks good to me. Okay, so I'll probably get one more research slot. Okay. As you can see, we already have 38 naval dockyards. It should be more than Japan or UK or Italy or anybody else. but we are going to get even more. So let me see which is a good. I'm just trying to design a cruiser. Yeah, this is a light cruiser. We are going to assign the battle line shipbuilder. But of course, if we notice that Japan is building a lot of heavy ships, then we can go for more heavy cruisers like this. Yeah, this is quite expensive because because of the naval treaty. We cannot really build it now, but as time goes on, the escalator cost will be invoked, and then we will be able to actually build it. So not to worry overly. Yeah, because Japan tend to leave the treaty quite early, so because Japan tend to leave the naval treaty quite early as a player, so we don't have to worry too much about the build cost because the escalator cost will be invoked earlier in an MP game. Let's go for this. As you can see, I'm building quite a few artillery because USA should be building quite heavy with infantry divisions for island guarding and island hopping. So I actually cannot decide. Yeah, let's go for this. Florida. Luckily we built full infrastructure in Florida and we are still building the mill. Next, actually I will rush for... Always keep in mind to observe whether Fair Labor Standard Act is available because we need to wait for the new legislation to be drafted. So as soon as we can do it, we will just do that focus instead of any other focuses we could have done. Let's get this armor actually. I think you will need to research 1936 light tank, not because we want to build this light tank, but because we want to rush for amphibious technology. Yeah, as USA, you are expected to make quite a number of amphibious tanks. So let's also get light operations for the AXP. Okay, this is done. Let's continue rushing for more bonuses for our shipbuilder. Yeah, our light cruisers is getting more expensive because of the increase in armor. But don't worry, let's build a light armored one first. Yeah, let's kill more infrastructure, but always keep like 50% of your available civilian factory to be building dockyards. We need to keep the submarines split from the main fleet. Yeah, because submarines tend to be slower and they tend to behave differently in naval combat. Bringing them along in naval combat can be quite detrimental, let's say. So let's split them into a different fleet. Yeah, let's check if Fair Labor Standard is available now. Let's get some more armor as well. I tend to go for medium tank designer because they have this extra bonus for breakthrough. As you can see, we are trading away quite a bit of factories to the allies, but at the end it's going to be worth it because I mean USA is on a less efficient economy law, so helping the UK and USSR is kind of like more worth it because they can use the civilian factory more efficiently. But of course, this is different once you get into 1939 when USA is also on partial mode. Okay, next we're going to rush for 2 Ocean Navy Act. You may be asking me why I haven't built any carriers or any other capital ships, because USA doesn't really need that many carriers. You just need the maximum in the fleet is 5, and we already have 5. As for capital ship, if the issue is that we have the naval treaty, so the capital ship we build may not be so good. The battleships or we cannot even build a good heavy cruiser now, so a battleship may not be we may not be able to build a battleship properly. Let's research 1938 medium tank as well. Yeah, just going to assign them to a random fleet. Armored train is pretty good. Don't worry if you feel that you don't have enough dockyard. You can always put more than 50% of your ships on it. I don't mind at all. Let's research radio detection. Yeah, the principle is just need to ensure that before 1939, most of the country has 100% infrastructure already. We should probably stop improving relations with China. Already stopped. Okay. Amphibious chassis reliability is pretty good. Yeah, now if you anytime if you notice your house support and setting support is quite low, you can always just do a medium lobbying effort. But now there's no compulsory requirement because we are already kind of good there. Next, I will actually go for Maritime Commission. The 10% dockyard construction speed will be quite significant because we have the minus 50% to start off with. Actually, I will go for more armor. Yeah, and now it's more expensive. Actually, let me check. Since we have level 6 for our shipbuilder, we will go for wielding specialist. They require minimum of level 6, meaning more than level 5. And now let's check. Yeah, we still cannot build it, but okay, then in that case, yeah, we have to keep building the older ships. Where is my older ship? Yeah, this is the older ship. Yeah, for the so-called outdated ships, I just tend to finish the one that they've already building. So instead of infinitely as many, I will just put it as one, as you can see here. Oh, I forgot, for Army High Command, I tend to go for Relief of Command. This will give us like way more Army XP. I didn't do it earlier. So whenever you see you have 35 Army XP, you should be rushing for Relief of Command as soon as possible. Yeah, still a long way to go until we have 50 command power to send the attaché to China. If you wanted for the actual game, you could have delayed getting night operations so that you would have enough command power to send attaché to China like right now. Or a lot of our dockyards are going to finish. Let's get the 6th research slot now. Okay. Let's stand by some more dockyards. Yeah, you will be contributing a lot of saves to the allies, both me and the USSR. But of course, if the USSR if Tommy say he doesn't need so many civilian factories from you, you could always just boost me. Yeah, in any case, the allies will benefit, so don't feel like you're losing too many civs. And when war begin, I will be trading with you for quite a bit of fuel and other resources, so you kind of are getting a trade. You will kind of be getting a trade back as well. But you probably won't be able to observe this in a game against AI, because AI trade with random countries, honestly. Yeah, let's build more infra. Yeah, as you can see, we already have 75 dockyards in total. So now I will probably go for... we need more support for selective training. I'll actually pay farm subsidy as well. I'll probably go for this to reduce the production cost of our ships even further. Let's build these for our tanks. We should be having enough command power very soon. Yeah. Okay, the medium tank is finished. Let's build some basic medium tank. So you should probably do high velocity gun because it has more hard attack, so it will be more useful against enemy tanks, but less useful against infantry, but not to worry too much, I would say. Not putting armor yet because the reliability is a bit low. Once we get a better medium tank chassis, we will start to focus more on armor. This production output is pretty good. Yeah, even though we can do giant awake now, we shouldn't be doing it because it's kind of it's not allowed. So the rules are rules, so we have to follow them. Amphibious tank is ready. We'll be researching maintenance company because with maintenance company too, we can give this minus 5% cost to our tanks, which will make things a lot easier for us, I would say. Let's go for max speed. For this one, we don't actually have the good... For amphibians tank, I would say we should focus on light attack, so in this case automatic cannon, and we should be focusing on breakthrough. We don't have a lot of good modules yet, so... But for this one, we need to actually focus a lot on armor, because every point of armor will actually give us breakthrough. Well, of course we should keep the speed at around 8 km per hour. Yeah. You should be going for... The doctrine you should be going for is mobile warfare, and mobile warfare will increase the speed of tanks even further, so later we will need to adjust. Any speed that is more than 8 km per hour is redundant, is useless. So just make sure your armor is at 8 km per hour, that is good enough. Let's get this radar for the better radio technology. Now who is asking for in Texas? Okay. Yeah. Really nice that we already are building dockyards in Texas. Let me see, where is that more expensive? This is because we did the burial of ships. Now this ship has become cheaper and we are able to build it. Let's make the cheaper design redundant. Okay. Now we should be doing Federal Housing Act, finally getting rid of that consumer good factory factor. Let's do this as well for more breakthrough. Why did my ship become redundant? Let's replace it anyway. Yeah, now I will probably be requesting you to safe boost the UK a little bit more than the Soviet Union, because now is the stage I will probably be trying to build more factories for Fighter 2. Yeah. So the more Fighter 2 we have, honestly, the more we can win the war earlier. Since we have enough political power, I think we'll be going for maybe we will be going for naval aviation. I will usually go for night fighting for my Army High Command as the USA. Actually for UK as well. Yeah, now we will be building slightly more infrastructure than naval dockyards, because I want to finish my infrastructure before 1939. Yeah. Let's get this as well. Let's see, where do we still need infrastructure? Here. Actually quite a lot. These regions, even though they don't have a lot of slots, I will still build because they have a lot of resources. So yeah, it's still kind of worth it. But these 4 regions, I tend to not build it, as well as Alaska, because they don't really have much. I mean, if you want to build here, it's also fine, but the rest of the 3 are really pointless. And for these, I think these 2, I would say 80% is good enough. We still cannot do giant rigs yet, so we must do military construction. Yeah, it will help us build some infrastructure as well, so not to worry too much if you feel you cannot finish the infrastructure in time. Let's get a little bit more support as well. Let me check for the escalator cost. Once we get the escalator cost involved, if you want, you can build more capital ships like battleships. But if you want to build a heavy cruiser, now is also a good time to start. Let's get construction tree. Yeah, we already have 86 dockyards. If you are not happy with it, you can build. Honestly, we can build 4 more to to make a whole number, as in 90. But honestly, it's up to you. If you just want to build more infrastructure, it's also fine. Maybe I will start rushing for artillery 2 already. Yeah, we will be rushing engineer 2 because we want to get flame tank as early as possible. For flame tank, we are just going to make it really cheap, because with the new changes since Mustafa is it, there's no point to stack a lot of armor or statistics on flame tanks because they will get severely punished. So we will just try to go for flame tank for the terrain bonuses for offensive operations. Yeah. Yeah, we still need to do one more focus before we do giant wakes. Let's design our infantry template as well. Let's take National Guard Division. Change to this. Support NTS, support anti-tank, and cavalry recon. The reason I do cavalry recon is because it gives 10% more soft attack for artillery, and it's the cheapest one to do so. Yeah, this template you can use it both in actually wait, let's design a different one first. This will be 25 width. This will be for Asia, because the mountain terrain is, this will be for Raj, I would say, because the mountain terrain and jungle terrain require 25 width, and we're going to duplicate and create a different template. We're going to make this 35 width, and this will be for all your islands in Asia Pacific as well as for Europe. Yeah. But of course, if you don't expect Japan to make any tanks, you can change it to this 25 width. So you get more soft attack and more infantry focused statistics. But I will just make anti-tank in case. I'll boost the Soviet Union a little bit more. Now we should be saving up for at least 150 political power, because once we do giant awakes, we can instantly get partial mobilization. And let's get this as well. Yeah, now just build infrastructure so that we will be able to finish them before 1939, I would say. Okay. 7. So this, I think I'll put a little bit more factories on this because they're quite good for medium airframes are quite good as naval bomber because they can stack more naval attack per IC spent. Yeah, let's upgrade our tanks a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I will go for close support gun instead of automatic cannon now because it has way more soft attack. Yeah, our naval XP is going to overflow, so I will just go down the base strike doctrine. Honestly, if you want to build some carrier now, it's also okay because you can probably afford to have 2 different fleets for the Pacific region. We can't really afford to put armor because it'll put us over the cost threshold. Yeah, I tend to have around, how many width is this? This is 25 width. I tend to have like 15 garrisons for my islands as USA. So by the way, let's make these flame tanks. For flame tanks, the only thing you need to take note is to keep the speed at 8 km per hour. Yeah, even as support company, the speed must be up there. Okay, this is good enough. Let's assign it the raw flame tank. Actually, I need to reload because there's this weird bug. I cannot select flame tank as my role for the tank. Let's see. Always go for light turret because it's cheaper. Yeah, let's just build more military factories now. Oh my god, our house support is absolutely atrocious. I don't know how that happened. Let's do some special measures. I was going to rush down to selective training for the tank bonuses, but since we don't have enough support, we have to do the air war plan division. So it's a gentle reminder to always economy of North Dakota. So it's a gentle reminder to always watch out for your house support and don't end up in the same situation as me. Where is North Dakota? Okay. As you can see, carriers really need a lot of steel to produce. We'll probably rush for better tank guns. Honestly, I think we should just build 5 carriers over here. Now is probably also a good time to start researching air modules. At this point, you should have my fighter 2 frame already and start to build, production efficiency on it by putting mills on the fighter 2. But you will need to switch over to your own production for the gain in to gain back the production output. So just make sure that you research your own air modules and airframe. We need a lot of steel. When war begins, I will request that you now whenever you want to switch over to a better trade law like export focus, you can do so. Yeah, because you're really losing quite a bit of steel because you need to trade with us. But I mean, of course, if you don't, of course, as UK and USSR, I won't mind getting the civilian factory. We will definitely put it to good use. I'll just force deploy this. To make sure that each island has approximately the same amount of garrison, I'll just tend to draw fallback line on each of them. 1, 2. This is also important. Base 3. Is this Guam? 4 and 5. Wake Island. Because we have 5 islands to guard, so I'll have 15 divisions in total, so 3 each. As we can see in Philippines, it's basically all mountains and jungle with a few plain tiles and urban tiles. So actually we will go for more 25 width to guard the Philippines. Actually we will use this right now. Area garrison on all these. We can pretty safely ignore the south of Philippines. As long as we got the north, Philippines will never capitulate. Yeah, it is still not enough amount of things. So we will actually go for more reduction for close air support and tactical bomber. Strategic bombers are very expensive, so they are very rarely recommended to build unless you expect the axis to be very weak. But if you have so many industry, I would actually rather you focus on amphibious tanks and main battle tanks. I'll actually rush for the better chassis now. Let's pay subsidies and do special measures as well. Yeah, I'll just keep playing until I show you the better carrier. The carrier design and fighter design I actually will send you later on. So actually this is about it. So the basic principles is you just need to build a few infantry divisions for Asia, for Pacific. For European front, I will be producing a lot of infantry, so you don't have to have so many infantry for yourself. So you should be building more of tanks. When you get mechanized, you should be building quite a bit of mechanized, but you should be licensing it from Canada from pretty early on and be building the production efficiency up. Other than that, just keep training on Navy. I neglected the training of 21 light cruisers. Always train your Navy so that they gain all these bonuses for actual combat. But if not, that will be all. Just make sure that you keep upgrading all your MIOs, whether it's for tanks, for ships, and for planes, and for infantry equipment, and always keep updating your equipment to keep up with the changes in your MIO as well. So that will be all for me. It's a pretty long video for myself to record. But other than that, it's pretty much there. Don't forget to go for industry liaison. I forgot about that. The rest, please go for mobile warfare. Go for Blitzkrieg Doctrine and then modern Blitzkrieg. They will make your tank pretty good. So that will be all for me. Thank you.